Hey guys, Spirit of the Lie here. So I don't do commentaries all that often, but I watch this game and I just have to show this to you guys. Look, I don't want to hype it up and say this is the greatest game of the year, but I mean, it's pretty crazy. I think it was my favorite game I've watched this year. So already you can see we got some weird shenanigans going on. We got two villagers going forward for some reason. What? So here in the red, we've got the Spanish. This is a player Rise. He's 2060 rated. And in the blue, we've got Lighty, who is playing as the Gurjaras. Now, the whole reason I watch this is because Gurjaras have such a massive advantage here. I just kind of wanted to see the complete steamroll. And what we got instead is an incredible game. So here Red's moving forward. You might say, well, okay, this is way too early for tower rushes. So what would you possibly be doing with two Spanish villagers forward here? And you could think he's going after the sheep. I mean, that's possible, because, you know, that does hurt the Gurjaras a little bit. But instead, he's just going to go in lane. Now, that on its own wouldn't make this an incredible game. In fact, here I'm kind of secretly cheering for blue, as this is kind of a jerk move. So he goes and he kills the deer and stuff, and kind of walls himself in so he can shoot the elephant. The elephant can't attack him. I mean, it's pretty annoying, but you're also down two villagers, right? So blue is at least keeping his villagers working this whole time, and blue also has extra forage bushes, so this isn't necessarily the end of the world. Blue's just gonna go grab the other elephant, use his little trick here, we shoots it a couple times. He's gonna be fine, and Red's just still being annoying. He's gonna start walling in the gold. Again, like I say, this isn't that crazy, so we're just gonna speed up a little bit here. So the reason, if we're thinking about why as Spanish would you run forward and you have to do all these shenanigans besides just kind of being a jerk, is Spanish are at a huge disadvantage here. So if you think about what Spanish want to do, they want to make knights, they want to make conquistadors, they want to get through feudal age as quickly as possible. Whereas Gurjaras, their specialty is more in camels and the Shravamsha rider. And of course their camels do 40% more bonus damage against knights, so you don't really want to make knights as Spanish here. But at the same time, camels and the Shravamsha rider are also both great against conquistadors. And you might think conquistadors could hit and run, but they're actually slower than camels and Shravamsha riders. This is just not a good matchup for Spanish, and is in fact technically their worst matchup. So you can see he's just being annoying. He's running around with the villagers. He's going to try to attack this mill here, which has, what we got, all 8 sheep in there. You can see blue is responding to this, and then says, you know what, don't worry about it. I'll just go back. He's a little short on food, although he does have the extra berries. And this is where we get, okay, now this isn't just laming. We now have extra villagers coming forward. We have 3 more villagers coming forward for the Spanish player. I'm not sure if he just forgot that he needs to research supremacy first and maybe thought he gets it in the Dark Age. I don't actually think that's the case, but this is kind of past your old run-of-the-mill laming strategy. With 5 villagers now, this kind of seems like he's actually going for villager fights. And the only bonus happening here for Spanish is faster built buildings. So it's not like he's got a villager advantage here. He's not poles or anything like that, whereas villagers heal. And other than that though, I mean, he's just kind of doing a regular build at home. What has he got? 7 on food. He's gonna grab some berries. I mean, totally normal. If this is all that was going on, I wouldn't say this is such an amazing game. So we're just gonna speed it up. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is more exciting than the typical Dark Age. So basically here, Red has got, what, 4? I think he's sending one of his villagers back. Oh, that's smart. He brings back the guy that has 4 HP. Okay, and instead he's gonna send 4 more villagers. So right now, this isn't necessarily, like, Red doesn't have much value out of this. Has he killed any units? I guess he's killed 1. Yeah. Is that right? Am I reading that right? Okay, so he's killed 1 villager, I guess. Not a big deal. And he's managed to lame some things. So we've got now, this is a lot. Did I say 4? So he's got 8 villagers forward. Trying to put down some farms, some very early farms. I guess not that early, but should be clicking up soon. And neither one has clicked up yet. And just messy villager fights. Again, what are we doing here, guys? But you can think about it. I mean, this is why Spanish wants to do this. He wants to disrupt him, because if this played out like a normal game, Gurjaras probably win it 2 times out of 3. And he's gonna run back with another villager. He's just gonna have a ton of villagers at home that all have 2 or 4 HP, although this time he's gonna get intercepted by the camel scout. So he's gonna lose that villager. And is that gonna change to 3? Oh no, so he's actually killed 2 of Blue's villagers. Sorry, and that's his first villager that Red lost. He's still gonna try to hammer down this mill, though Blue has actually built a second mill, and I think he's gone and grabbed some of Red's sheep as well. So he's got a couple extra, or I guess goats, not sheep. And this is not a good value proposition. We've got 4 villagers hammering away on this mill. You don't even need 2 repairs. Just 1 repair should actually be enough. Although he's going to try to get it out of the the fire zone there. Oh look, more villagers for red coming forward. We've got 3 more. It's a party now. Does red even have any villagers at home? I guess he does.
Monday?
Like, what is going on here? Although red has a huge villager advantage, but that's because blue's going up to the next stage. So red actually has, at this point, 7 more villagers. Although 4 are kind of sitting here, not doing too much. And another 3 that, I mean, how much time has been spent walking across the map? Look at the idle economy. Yeah, I mean, that's actually pretty similar. So he's gonna just do more laming. Okay, again. All right, he hasn't even clicked up yet. He's actually not even particularly close. Although he's got so many on farms right now. So it shouldn't take him too long to get the 500 food. Again, I just love how he's got 4 villagers, and this one's offsetting it, and the one's actually repairing it. It's actually pretty much equal. The 1 repair will offset these 4 villagers. I mean, that's some good value for blue. And imagine intercept these. It does make some militia. It's interesting, although he's feudal now. So we could think about archers or something. I don't know, you have to think. I mean, look at this massive score advantage. This hasn't necessarily worked out as well for red so far. He's just been kind of annoying. And it's just building more random walls. Okay. I mean, these are very good players, by the way. This is not, this is all calculated. Still theory. Speed up a little bit. Like, what are we going to do here? If you're blue, you have to feel like you've got sort of an advantage. If for no other reason, like how much idle time we have here. Because this isn't counted as idle time, this fighting. But this is absolutely red idle time. Blue is going to get access to this gold here, though. And he's going to make an archery range. That's going to be nice, because then he can actually shoot these villagers. Okay, so if you're red, you're in trouble, and you're thinking about going up to the next stage. And he is going up to the next stage now. And where's the farmers? Are we sending 3 farmers? No. He has 0 farmers here, guys. He's just on gold. He's just on wood. He's going up to feudal age. He's done a bunch of laming. He's done some villager fights. So what would you possibly do in feudal age with just gold and wood? I mean, there's not too much. There's only 1 unit that only costs wood and gold. And it's the 1 unit that Spanish should not be making. It's archers. So why would you not make archers as Spanish? Well, you don't have crossbow. So they're not going to go anywhere. But here's the thing. Red doesn't care. So he's going to make a barracks. And the only unit he can make here right now with these, he's going to start putting down a blacksmith, is archers. And he is not going to go to castle. That is not his intention. He is not farming. He made 600 wood worth of farms. And most of them staying with 146 out of 175 food left on them. Some of them he actually did manage to, to farm a little bit. But he's dropping some archery ranges here. And we'll go forward here a little bit. He's not dropping 1 archery range. He's not dropping 2 archery range. He's going to come in with a 3rd archery range here in a moment. And that's going to be his plan. Who would expect the Spanish archers? It's just, who does that? Here's a 3rd archery range. So now at this point, he's saying, I don't care about villagers. I've got all the villagers I need. I've got 9 on gold. He's got 14 on wood, although he's going to split his camps here. That's probably kind of smart. Has a defensive tower. That's actually pretty smart, because one thing that blue is going to try to do in this situation is say, all right, so you did a bunch of laming and stuff, but I feel like I'm probably ahead of you. Certainly score, 400 points ahead. So he's going to try to come up here and do a little bit of raiding. And now if you're red, you're just pumping out, I don't know if he's keeping them all, yeah, he's keeping them pretty much going. He's going to go full archers at this point. So it's going to get him off gold, first of all. Usually when people say all-in archers, they don't mean this all-in. The funny thing is there's probably 15 civilizations that would do this better than Spanish, too. Blue, meanwhile, is coming around, he's being like, okay, wait, where are your resources? You have all of these berry bushes left. Nobody's on the farms. I'm not sure he knows about that, but actually, I wouldn't mind. Can I even see? I don't know this program super well. So how do I switch to... I don't know. I don't know what the hotkey is. I don't know how to switch to Blue's perspective here. But I'm pretty sure he doesn't know about these archery ranges. Meanwhile, I think he's given up shooting the mill. This would be nice for Blue to find. He could at least pick off some of these. And what's their villager numbers? Blue has a 10 villager lead. Wow. Okay, so again, a little bit of a raid here. Although that tower does have fletching on it, so it's got a little bit more reach. That's kind of an annoying little raid. Meanwhile, I mean, think about this from Red's perspective. So yeah, he's Spanish. He's making nothing but archers. Literally no food. Literally no new villagers coming in. And you don't even have to pay attention to your eco at a certain point. He just moves the villagers under the tower. And now he can focus fully on these archers. And we do see the skirmisher. This is the right response. Although the only thing is you have to get a decent number of skirmishers to take this. And I don't think he knows. I don't think Blue has any idea. There's 3 archery ranges there. I mean, who does that? Who goes triple archery range? And he's not even doing it from the side that he's coming from. He's coming at this sort of alternate angle. And you have to imagine Blue has no idea where these are coming from. Okay, so we'll go on. He's basically just walking around looking for villager picks. Just keeping a couple farmers off their farms here. That's probably not going to do too much. Goes around looking for gold. Okay, he's going to get a couple of villager picks. The tower here isn't bad, but it's not really protecting that much wood, and it is going to run out soon. So you think maybe you should move on to stone or something like that. And Red's actually getting quite a few villager kills here. This is pretty good for him. Look at the eco kill of death. I think this means that Red has killed 12 villagers and Blue has killed 9. Not looking that unequal. The main difference is the military advantage, 19 to 8 military units. And this is good. We got some skirmishes here, and archers should probably run unless you got some good micro skills here. I mean, these are 2,000 rated players, so we got some good micro. Though it looks like Red's taking a bit of an advantage here. I think Skirmisher's minimum range is hurting quite a bit, so he can't really get that many shots off. And as long as the archers stay close, the Skirmishers just keep running and they won't actually attack. This is a really good fight for Red. Wow. So pushing Blue off all of this wood. Blue's now got to go over here. We still have 3 archery ranges. Again, nothing is happening with the farms. It's just completely automated. This militia, I guess, guarding the berry bushes. Completely automated. We're just going all in triple archery range. And actually the scores have caught up. Now Blue does have 12 more villagers though. In fact, we'd say he has a 50% bigger economy, although it's under constant threat here. And Blue does not have enough for another tower. This would be such a good spot for a tower. I think that would probably shut this off. We have another wave of just 11 archers. Meanwhile, these are still pumping out continuous archers. And so much of his economy is idled. Like, you're not used to this. Like, I don't care if you're 2,000 rated. You're not used to this. To just have somebody who's 100% only focusing on their military. And this is smart. He's trying to make a sneaky wall. And notice Red here, he is fighting the villagers, but now he tries to stop himself from getting boxed in. He starts attacking these villagers, manages to sneak through and reconnect these. That was a nice little play. But it's had a couple of nice little plays here that could have gone the other way, but just with a little bit of micro, he saved it. That's a lot of archers, 15. Yeah, that's the thing with these skirmishers is if you even had, I don't know, 6 skirmishers there, maybe you could start taking it, but 3 against 15, you're just gonna lose them, especially when Red's microing this well. And again, this is really juicy target for Red, who's going to start attacking some of these villagers here at the same time as fighting off the skirmishers. Just disrupting this wood here really sends ripples through Blue's economy. It's harder to make skirmishers, extra buildings, even farms, so it starts influencing his food income. And of course, at the same time, backing all this up, constant archers coming out. We've got 10 more archers. And finally, Blue's like, okay, you know what? I need a second range here. I need more skirmishers. And I do think that might have helped stabilize a little bit earlier. Maybe getting a little bit of stone for some towers, and also just getting more skirmishers. I don't think he knew there were 3 archery ranges in his face, though. That's what's so funny. Also, who doesn't farm? It just says, I don't need any more villagers. He hasn't made a villager in 15 minutes. And I think he made, yeah, so Red's got a market here. So he can buy the food that he needs for, you know, blacksmith upgrades, and that's pretty much it. I don't think he's researching anything at this point. And it's actually a lot of villager kills he's gonna get. He's killed 31 villagers and lost 9. And those 9 are the ones he sent forward to fight. This is so ridiculous. Though he has lost some of his archer numbers. He's down to just 13 over here. These 3 archery ranges still working constantly though. So again, just to emphasize, nobody ever makes archers a Spanish because you can't upgrade them to crossbow. This only makes sense because he is never going to go to Castle Age. He is just going to keep making archers. I don't even know if he ever would get food. I think he would just keep doing this until Blue resigns, basically. And just surround his base with archers, put him on stand ground. Maybe then he would. He would go and he would start farming again. I don't know. And 3 more archery ranges. He's got 400 wood, 200 gold. Got a couple archers queued up. He's like, no, we're going to go even more. Even more archery ranges. What else do you need as Spanish besides archery ranges? And just more archers. But he's got 17 military units. Blue cannot get the skirmisher numbers he needs. Does he even have the armor upgrade? Yeah, he's got all the upgrades. And Blue calls GG. So I guess because his wood villagers there were under attack again, he just gave up. So again, when I went into this, I was expecting Gurjaras to completely stomp Spanish. And I was thinking, you know, if you told me the game ended in 30 minutes and 13 seconds, I'd say, wow, the Spanish player actually held up pretty well. How do you deal with all the camels and Shravamsha riders? Instead, we got nothing but Spanish archers for 30 minutes. I don't even know when the last time he made a villager was. He wasn't even buying food to make villagers. It's just so ridiculous. Okay, how do I look at the stats? Oh man, I want to know all the kills and everything. Okay, military. 49 losses actually for Red. He did actually lose quite a few units. Army Hive 24. See, that was really the story, is that he put his economy so much towards that one unit that he could just nonstop spam that unit. And as long as he wasn't losing them, he was taking some advantageous fights here. It's crazy. He stopped at 2,000 food. Wow. And also denied, that was actually another big key, is that he denied Blue any gold, which means Blue couldn't really use a market. So, I don't know. I thought that was a crazy game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I've never seen anything quite like that, to be honest. I don't know if I call it game of the year, but that definitely, my jaw was on the floor that entire game watching that. I've, yeah, never seen anything like it. That'll do it for this one, though, and hopefully you guys enjoyed that kind of wacky game. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.